Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another housing video for Final Fantasy XIV. I love these housing videos, I really do. I love seeing all of the new stuff. One of the things we're looking at today is, of course, the wooden footbridge, which is the title of this video. Now, you might be tempted to go over to the actual market board and see if you can buy one of these. You'll see they're 13,000 gil. You might think, oh, damn, that's pretty cheap. Don't do this. Don't do this at all. In fact, if you go to a housing merchant, you can actually buy the wooden footbridge for only 3,500 gil. People are trying to exploit other people, obviously, by getting them to buy from them, thinking that it's a crafted item. Now, immediately I fell under the same guise. I was like, it must be a carpenter craft. Oh, wait, that's weird. I can't access it. Well, that's because we totally don't have a recipe for that. So this should be under the outdoor stuff, under exterior, if I remember correctly. Let's have a look. So this is called the wooden footbridge. There you go, 3,500 gillerinos. It says, for those who find walking on the ground simply too pedestrian. These are incredibly cool. The reason I say that is because it can go with a whole bunch of things we already have. Now, a lot of the time, people are pretty, I don't know, for the most part, when I talk to people, they get pretty disappointed that you can't change the landscape in the garden too much, right? There's limitations on everything. So if I'm to use my own house as just a bit of an example, very quickly, let's walk over there. You'll find that I myself have tried my best to make it less grassy. What I want to see in the future of housing is the ability to change the grass from green into whatever we want, right? Change the color of it, make it look a little bit cooler. So what I've done here is I've basically filled this with patches of this sort of violet grass stuff to make it as much like Ilmeg as possible. Now, we're currently at the limitation, so as you can see, we have a lot of green. There's nothing I can do about that. It kind of looks like we're the Zerg and we've taken over this house and we're slowly spreading our creep, which is kind of hilarious. But one of the coolest things that a wooden footbridge will do is allow you at least to elevate yourself off of that. And that's one of the reasons I was looking forward to trying it out as well. As you can see over here, we sort of cobbled together this, which is, obviously the, elevated stage area with the, this other kind of footbridge here. It kind of works. It's nice and smooth when you walk on it. But what I wanted to do was create something like a walkway from here over to that of the house. I'm not massively keen on these stone stepping stones, which is what I wanted to change. And thankfully, I believe if this works how I want it to work, we can get rid of them for good. So let's put these stones in storage. Actually, we have not enough storage space. We'll put them in a bag instead. So that took up 3 spots, you saw, just to have enough stones to reach the front door. Now, it's very bare. So let's see what these look like. Now, they are fully dyeable, if I remember correctly. Now, the obvious problem is going to be here that they're elevated, right? So it's not going to be everyone's use case. And I'm not sure if I will use these now as a result of that. But as you can clearly see, if we snap these to grid so they should be lined up properly, you can make quite an effective little walkway. And of course, these do take your weight. They have a little wood sound effect as you run along them, if you can hear that, which is always nice, so they're not metal grated or anything like that. I quite like the possibilities with this item more than this particular use case scenario. Of course, fundamentally what you could do is you could have steps, right? I think there might be some steps in the game we can use to bridge that gap. Bridge the gap, see what I did there. But really what I was looking forward to doing was combining this with a wooden decking and try to make something, because it looks like if this was on the floor, it would have the same distance between it, right? So there's stuff that we can do here to make this usable. But yes, I'm still in a state of not really fully understanding what I want to do with this. But they do snap together quite nicely, as you can see. And already your mind should be filling with possibilities of what you could do with this. Of course, your traditional thing will be to make right angles with this. and make a nice set of decking and maybe some planters between it, maybe a fountain or something. Maybe this is the what you've been looking for, you know. Maybe you want to make pathways around your garden, and like I say before, perhaps, you know, the overabundance of green is getting you down. Perhaps you don't want to walk on grass all the time. You know, there is that possibility. Well, this would answer those problems, or at least to some degree, if you combine it with enough cool items. But like I say, it does give you the idea of maybe making some raised beds, you know, raised planters. You could perhaps use these around your garden area. This is something that I might do as a result of seeing how elevated they are. You know, line those up nicely, make sure that they're not clipping too much. And this is probably a better use case for myself. Now, I have overlapped them, so they're going to bug out, as you can see here. But that's the limitation of where I put them. But you can already see the possibilities that you would get out of this and how cool that would look if it wasn't for the fact that I've glitched them all together. If we use the full extent of the space, then this is a nice raised area around my melons here. Unfortunately, we can only have 3 of these garden plots, so we put the target dummy here. But I do actually really like this. I like the idea of this. Of course, these are dyeable, like I say, so let's quickly have a look at that. I do like making these videos live, by the way, recently. I don't know if you've realized that. So let's go on the paint option. Obviously, that's going to look terrible because of the clipping. I do apologize in advance. But yes, they dye quite nicely, as you can see. Yeah, I quite like those. I quite like the red. Unfortunately, it's not daytime in the game, but we can't, you know, we don't have the ability to change time of day, sadly. That's something that maybe they'll look at in GPOs in the future, I would hope. But yeah, it looks good in a variety of colors. But really, I just kind of wanted the sort of wooden... It's almost like beach, isn't it, this colour? Sort of beach look. And if you get nice and close to them, the grain isn't too bad. It doesn't look too pixelated. I'm quite impressed. I'm quite impressed, actually. But obviously, you know, your mileage may vary depending on what you want to do. Me personally, I'll probably end up putting some ponds here. Maybe put a pond here instead of a dummy. Maybe make... this extend out a little bit and have a pathway around the side of a garden, so we've sort of framing the garden and then have some water features. That could be quite nice. But yeah, let me know what you think about this housing item. But I wanted to make this video mostly as a bit of a PSA as well, not to buy this from a market board because it's so damn cheap from a vendor. Anyway, thank you kindly for watching this video. Let me know what you've done with these if you've already got them. If you're, you know, you've probably already made something amazing with them. I don't blame you if you have. Join our Discord. The link should be in the description as usual. Share your pictures with us. Show what you're capable of in our housing ideas section. Blow my mind, as people usually do. We've got some really talented people on there sharing pictures of their custom-made rooms and stuff, and it's always mind-blowing how they've managed to put stuff together and clip things together. So anyway, thank you kindly for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time.